Oops, Donald. You thought you sent J.D. Vance to talk to Rupert Murdoch about stopping the Epstein story. Well, that didn't work. But there's something you should worry about, Donald. Something you should think about. Maybe they talked about when to start the 25th Amendment process to take you out. You should have sent Don Jr. or someone else that you could trust. Because you know J.D. Vance will tell anybody whatever it takes to get what he wants. What if J.D. Vance cuts a deal with Rupert? Maybe J.D. Vance and Rupert figured out the succession. Who comes after you? They don't want to wait.
What happens when Trump's own words are turned into comedy gold? The Lincoln Project just dropped their latest brutal ad, and it's got Trump in full caps lock meltdown mode. Find out why this parody cuts deeper than a Twitter insult, and how it has Grumpy Trumpy scrambling to defend his winner image once again. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
When Trump goes hard on something, just bet on the dip. Wait for Trump to blink, then cash in on the rebound. Same trade every time. It's the taco trade. It's amazing. Some people still think Donald Trump knows how to negotiate, that he's a deal maker. But really, he's a chicken. Wall Street figured it out because Trump always chickens out. He talks a big game on tariffs, then backs down. Over and over. He'll hurt American businesses, farms, and workers playing his games. But every time it comes down to it, he chickens out.
What if the secret to trolling Trump isn't shouting over him, but giving him the microphone and stepping back? That's the Lincoln Project's genius strategy. They don't drown their ads in dramatic music or dark imagery like a second-rate movie trailer. Instead, they let Trump's own words and actions take center stage, turning his mistakes and self-contradictions into the punchlines of their parody masterpieces. It's simple but devastatingly effective, and it's driving Trump up the wall.
Aw, Elon, what happened? You thought MAGA loved you. You spent so much money. You sacrificed so much. You thought the relationship was special. You thought you'd be together forever. True love. They're laughing at you, Elon.
Elon Musk is illegal. He's got to go too.
You're Elon Musk. You don't have to take this.
Over the weekend, Musk announced he would be forming a new political party called the America Party.
Oh, Elon, you were such a fool. You thought the stripper really loved you. MAGA took your money and then kicked you out. Over $300 million, and all you got was that fake gold key.
One thing that sets these ads apart is how they strip away the usual attack ad theatrics. There's no scary narration about an impending threat to democracy. Instead, they highlight Trump's contradictions. He does all the work himself, really. Take one of their recent hits as an example.
Trump's the insider politician. You're the true outsider. They say it can't be done. You've heard that before. They won't laugh when you're winning. You saw Donald Trump up close. You know the truth. You know why the Epstein files will never be released. That big, beautiful bill was one fuck you, Elon Musk.
Trump is shown declaring himself the ultimate winner, the best of the best. But as his voice brags, the footage rolls through scenes of his biggest losses, courtroom defeats, fumbling his re-election, and even the collapse of his much-hyped businesses like Trump University. It's not just an attack. It's a mirror, forcing him to face the very narrative he tries so hard to control. Even Trump's quirks, small, almost throwaway moments, get weaponized. His infamous Kofefi tweet, a viral sensation. His peculiar choice of words, bizarre hand gestures, even his awkward water-drinking technique. When re-edited by the Lincoln Project, these little oddities explode into meme-worthy, mocking moments. This approach isn't just to get laughs. It digs under Trump's carefully constructed image, peeling away the surface to reveal just how flawed that winner persona really is.
Like a baby, like a dog. Every single time. Trump always chickens out. He's not a deal maker. He's not a negotiator. He's a taco.
And Rupert, he won't just listen to JD. He'll take action. And if JD and Rupert get their way, You'll lose, Donald. You'll lose everything.
Here's why this strategy works so well. It doesn't feel forced or exaggerated, because it isn't. Studies show that humor is more persuasive when it feels authentic, and the Lincoln Project's ads lean entirely on Trump's real-life behavior. That authenticity strips him of his favorite defense, calling the criticism fake news. The ads bypass political fluff and go straight for the jugular, using Trump's ego as the weapon. But here's what makes it hit so hard. It doesn't just mock Trump. It threatens the very thing he values most, his image as the ultimate victor. And that's not something Trump can easily laugh off.
Storms, hurricanes, fierce heat. No one's getting out of Alligator Alcatraz. The people in Alligator Alcatraz are subhumans. Alligator Alcatraz, an impregnable prison camp surrounded by miles of the most deadly parts of Florida. Poisonous snakes, fierce and hungry alligators, miles of unmapped swamps, the worst of the worst. Alligator Alcatraz is going to teach these criminals a lesson. If you're upset by Alligator Alcatraz, just wait. Because when the Trump era ends, we're keeping it.
But why can't Trump ignore these parodies like other politicians would? That's a whole different story. Why does Trump keep falling for it? Here's the thing. Trump's not wired to ignore criticism. His ego doesn't allow it. He thrives on validation. And when someone questions his greatness, especially in such a public way like the Lincoln Project's ads, he can't resist jumping into the fray. Most politicians would either laugh it off or just move on. But Trump, he treats every jab like a personal crusade. And that's exactly why these ads are so effective. The Lincoln Project knows Trump's playbook better than anyone. They figured out that his biggest weakness isn't votes or polls. It's his thin skin. Just look at one of his infamous truth social tirades after their ads aired. All caps, scattered punctuation, and enough exclamation points to crash your keyboard. The man called the Lincoln Project a group of losers and a scam, and then somehow ended up ranting about the 2020 election again. It's classic Trump. What he doesn't realize, though, is that every time he rages, he's giving the Lincoln Project exactly what they want: more content to work with. It's like watching a pot boil over again and again. His reactions create a kind of comedy feedback loop. The Lincoln Project drops an ad, Trump throws one of his signature tantrums, and that tantrum becomes new fuel for their next video. It's almost too easy. They don't even have to try to provoke him at this point. It's like setting out bait in front of a hungry fish. You know he's gonna bite. There's also this thing called the Streisand effect, which means the more you try to suppress something, the bigger it gets. Trump wildly attacking the Lincoln Project only gives their parodies more attention. The harder he fights, the louder their videos echo across social media, amplifying their reach and making them even harder to ignore. He's like a one-man PR team for his critics, and they love it. With this cycle continuing, what does it mean for Trump's legendary?